finest craftsmanship. Don't miss the Banner Bank and Build.
Badia, say, do you remember the 21st day of September? Well, you don't remember yet because it just got going. It is Thursday, 21st day of September, 2023. I am Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It is cool outside, 46 degrees. Yesterday never really got going, did it? Our high was only 59. That's all we got to. Plus, we had that light rain, especially in the midday part of Wednesday. And our low was 50. This doesn't happen in September particularly often. When your high and your low are only 9 degrees apart, and we're off to a pretty chilly start. It is definitely going to feel autumnal for the next few days, and it's going to be quite windy as well. But you'll probably notice, you haven't been outside yet, the skies are clear. So the clouds came, it rained, and never really warmed up. And we're going to be in for some cool and gusty weather for the foreseeable future, especially today as far as the wind is concerned. Those details are forthcoming. Plus news, plus sports. Mariners won, Astros won, Rangers won, so nothing changes in that regard. Blue Jays keep winning. They've won 5 in a row. We're down to the last 10 days of the regular season for the Mariners in their push to make the playoffs for the second year in a row. It is Thursday. Pause for Pets. Archer the dog needs a forever home from our friends at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. You'll meet Archer, a very active and loving lab. And today marks day one of the Wenatchee River Salmon Festival. For the second year in a row, they've had to move it from the National Fish Hatchery in Leavenworth to Rocky Reach Dam. They're remodeling the fish hatchery. Can't really have it there. And we'll be talking to Kristen Lodge from the Chelan PUD. Kristen will be joining me. Corky Broaddus, who's been part of the Wenatchee River Salmon Fest since it began 31 years ago. And Roger Ammerman from the Choctaw Nation. We can't forget about our native friends. All will be joining me in the back half of the program. 2 minutes after the hour, let's go with our tour around the valley. Sunrise just not long ago, about 15 minutes ago, 6:46 sunrise this morning, and it was a beautiful one. Sunset tonight, 7:01, just past 7 o'clock, 12 hours and 15 minutes of daylight. This is the last full day of summer. The autumnal equinox, 11:50 tomorrow night. And again, we only hit 59 yesterday, 16 degrees below what our normal high temperature would be. The Lake Wenatchee area is one of my favorite places to be, and there it is. My guess is there's probably a few people burning a few fires this morning. It is 41 up in the Lake Wenatchee area. That's chilly, even for this time of the year. Good morning to Lake Wenatchee from our Nanapoc Ridge camera. Stunning view there, lovely. To Lake Chelan we go, in the Manson Water Tower. Not enough ambient light to change that camera from black and white to color. It'll happen probably in the next 60 seconds or so, but the Manson Water Tower looks out over placid Lake Chelan. And finally to Hose Landing, pretty much directly across the Columbia River from Aniat is Hose Landing, so you can see all the orchards, which are pretty much done their job for the year. Outside of the apples, they're done. And it looks like, of course, there's a bunch of snow up there. There isn't. It's just that's just the color right now. It is also black and white. It has not quite gotten up to the color thing yet, but we're looking back down towards the Wenatchee Valley from high atop Hose Landing. And again, just to the right of your screen, just out of view, would be Aniat. Great view there, and the mighty Columbia River. It is going to be windy today. This is your wind gusts. Wind gusts. The wind will be out of the northeast. Doesn't happen too often, but there's a big low pressure, and low pressure spins counterclockwise and is grabbing and sucking those air right down from the Idaho Panhandle right into the Wenatchee Valley. These are gusts, and most of it will be in the morning hours later on today. It'll be tapering off a little bit. Okanagan Valley, Waterville, you're going to be a little bit windier as that wind channels down through the narrower canyons. Here in the Wenatchee Valley, as you can see, we could have the occasional gust at 20 to 25 miles an hour. Sustained winds not nearly that strong. And of course, blowing dust near dry wheat fields is a distinct possibility from the National Weather Service. Here we go. Sunshine, that's not going to be the problem. We're going to say about 70 degrees. Again, it's going to take us a while to get there. We're only at 46. This is the coolest part of the day. And breezy until we get to the afternoon hours. The winds will be all but gone by sunset tonight. 54 for the overnight low. We'll bump it up a couple of degrees Friday. It's going to be nice. Last day of summer, not full, but still the last day of summer tomorrow, 73 for the afternoon high. We welcome autumn on Saturday, and it's going to feel like autumn. Partly cloudy, a little breezy, no rain in the forecast. High of about 71. Clouds are going to have the upper hand on Sunday with a high of 70 degrees, and we're going to see temperatures below normal with unsettled conditions for most of the work week. Next week, they tell us, as we welcome autumn officially. That's the weather. When we come back, we'll have the news, because that's what we do around here. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Are you hungry enough to eat the end out of a rhinoceros? I know how you feel. Come on out to Blueberry Hills. You'll have a great time. We've got excellent food, a feet on the furniture kind of experience, and we won't hustle you out of your table. If you want a real farm experience, make the trek to Manson to Blueberry Hills, where you sit, you pick, you eat, and you visit. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Let Mary Maid's custom cleaning experts help you clean up your to-do list. Between work, kids, and pets, it's hard to find time to keep up. Let Mary Maids of Wenatchee help. Mary Maid's cleaning experts can help keep your home or business fresh, neat, and exactly how you'd clean it, if only you had the time. Call now for a free estimate, 509-663-1710. Serving Chelan and Douglas counties, Mary Maids, let us help.
The sun is beginning the process of climbing up into the sky. It is 46 degrees. We'll top off about 70. Lots of sunshine, a little on the windy side this morning. However, and we'll see temperatures slightly below normal into the weekend. It's 7 minutes after the hour. An East Wenatchee man who's been in jail since December pled guilty earlier this week to possessing ecstasy with intent to sell the drug. 22-year-old Brian Mariano Rivera Martinez entered pleas Monday in Chelan County Court. The charges: possession of ecstasy, manufacturing counterfeit pharmaceuticals, and maintaining a drug property. Rivera used the chat application Telegram to sell his illicit drugs to buyers. When he was arrested last year, detectives said they found illicit prescription pharmaceuticals as well as equipment to make pills with. Judge Travis Brandt sentenced Rivera to 5 years in prison for his plea. He still faces drug charges in Douglas County for the alleged possession of cocaine, fentanyl, and Xanax. Douglas County commissioners have put a new permitting process in place for big rigs who wish to use McNeil Canyon Road. That's that steep highway between Orondo and the Waterville Plateau. Commissioners adopted the new rules on Tuesday. It requires truck drivers pulling more than 10,000 pounds to apply for a permit before they can take that route. Drivers must also conduct brake checks before going downhill on McNeil Canyon. There's been a lot of accidents in that area, including a couple of fatalities. If a vehicle is more than 26,000 pounds, the operator must provide a current inspection report to the county each year. Again, McNeil Canyon Road has had a lot of accidents, most of them caused when brakes fail when they're heading downhill on that steep grade near milepost 2. The county says they're going to improve the safety with some road work that's scheduled to begin at McNeil Canyon next year. The state audit says that the Antioch School District was insufficient in their internal controls on what to do with money raised by the ASB. The auditor's office says that they examined 9 fundraisers from 2020, 2021, and 2022. Fundraisers raised $8,877. Now, the auditor's office found that the district did not do appropriate reconciliation of the fundraisers, that the district did not keep track of the inventory for 5 fundraisers, and in one case did not deposit the funds within a week of getting the funds, among other conditions. Past audits led to similar findings, but there's been a lot of turnover in the district office, and that made employees who monitor activities of the ASB unaware of prior communications With the auditor's office, the district says they will work to correct all those conditions going forward. The Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce welcomed community members for a little roundtable discussion about tourism in the Valley. Speakers included Visit Wenatchee Director Ashley Sinner, Visit Chelan County Director Jerry Barkley, and the State of Washington Tourism Executive Director David Blandford. Each guest speaker discussed goals for their organizations and methods that they use to get people to come visit the Wenatchee Valley. Blandford, who spoke from the perspective of the whole state, explained exactly the type of tourists they want to visit our state.
With out-of-state visitors, we certainly want to increase, but I have to say that the renewed focus will be on responsible tourism. We are not mass market. We're not Orlando. We're not Las Vegas. We don't want everyone to come. We want a very specific traveler to come. We call that traveler the Pathfinder. It's our name for the demographics and psychographics of the kind of traveler who has lots of disposable income, loves to travel, is super sensitive to the destination they're about to visit. They know before they go. They want to be a part of a solution, not a problem. They want to understand local culture, indigenous communities. They want to understand the outdoors and the sensitivities there, and they want to be a part of that in a positive way. They also want to bond with the locals once they get here. They want to take the time to get to know them, understand what they do, why they do it, what their issues are. Travelers today are much more about the experience than just a quick holiday, and so we want that segment of visitation to come. Some additional goals, I mentioned destination management, and we've all been talking about that here. What that means for us is that we would very strategically promote in a way that also educates. So we're promoting the concept of a visit here, but a very specific visit, which is all about responsibility. We can't separate that. When we promote, we're saying come and come responsibly, and here's some things you can do and ways you can do it that would be helpful.
And now you know what's going on. And if you continue to want to know what's going on, by golly, you have an open invitation to watch our newscast. At 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, that's when it airs on television, 5, 6, and 10. Right here on the NCW Live channel. If that doesn't fit into your schedule, you can watch the news whenever you want to watch the news, because we have it up and running via the World Wide Web, which, by the way, I'm on record. I think it's going to be big, this whole internet thing. Keep an eye on it. I think it's going to take off. You can watch our newscast via our Facebook page, our homepage, ncwlife.com, or you can go to our YouTube page as well. And if there's something out there that you think warrants our attention, you get a hold of us, please. Best way to go about doing it, send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. Mariners win, Rangers win, Astros win. Nothing changes there. The Wenatchee Wild begin a brand new era in their franchise history tomorrow night at the Town Toyota Center, plus local high school sports. That's all coming up. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Hibis Public Market is on the move to make parking, dining, shopping, and events an even better experience for our community. Check out the progress that has already been made towards the revitalization. The Westside project is well on its way, but we need your help to get over the finish line. All donations are greatly appreciated and can be made online at our website or in person at the business office. We want to thank those who have already partnered with us. You are helping make the place we love a better place for our community to meet.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Friday, September 29th. Check out the Reckless Ones coming up from Los Angeles.
Quarter after the hour in sports, the Mariners sweep away the Oakland Athletics. They won an afternoon affair at the Oakland Coliseum. Partial sellout yesterday. The final was 6-3. So they keep pace with both the Astros and the Rangers. Dominic Canzone had a career day at the plate. He drove in 4 runs, including a 2-run bomb in the second inning. Julio Rodriguez came through with his 100th RBI on his 31st home run of the season, and a record-setting day for the big dumper, Cal Raleigh.
3-2. Oh, this is rifled out to right center field, crushed and short hop in the wall. It bounces over. A ground rule double for Cal Raleigh, and with that, the Mariners catcher has set a new single-season club record, the most extra base hits in one campaign by a Mariners catcher. Another impressive milestone for Cal Raleigh. Canzone, lift off, blasted deep out to right field. This is into the second deck. Dom Canzone, what a bomb.
Take a look at it. As Aaron mentioned, it's going to be a cutter. McDelivery Supermo. Cutter trying to get it in on his hands, but he's able to get the barrel to it. Ended up middle in, and he hit every bit of it as it goes up into the second deck. It's well back. It's over that walkway.
And Shooty Babbitt.
The deep center field. Rodriguez going back, and it is gone. A home run for Geloff, and it's 2-1. Geloff with home run number 13, RBI number 27. It's a 2-1 ball game.
The 2-2. Lifted high, deep, right center field. Driven well, back at the wall, and it disappears. Home run, Julio! RBI number 100 this season. Only the 3rd player in baseball history, 22 or younger, to post a 30-30 season while driving in 100 runs. Launched right field. How about back-to-back jobs at the Coliseum? Up into the shadows of the stairs, Cal Raleigh's 29th. A couple of tanks in the 5th inning. 4-1 Mariners. Edgar.
There you go.
Kemp angling back and has to play this short hop in the wall. Gino coasts home. Ty France motors to the plate. The throw home is up the line, not in time. What a day this has been for Dom Canzone. He has driven in 4 of the Mariners' 6 runs.
A fly ball to deep center field going back. Rodriguez, he's at the wall, and it is gone. A home run for Rooker, and it's now 6-3.
2 outs, tying run on deck, bottom of the 9th inning. The payoff. He got him, and the Mariners win. They cap off a series sweep of the Athletics. They win it 6-3, and they will march on to Arlington.
George Kirby worked 7 innings, gets his 11th victory of the season. Seattle has the day off today, and then a big weekend series. They're going to be in Texas to take on the Rangers. 3 games. Game 1 tomorrow night, 5:05 on Root Sports Northwest. The Astros came through with a walk-off win in the bottom of the 9th. They beat the Orioles 2-1, so their lead remains a half game over Seattle and Texas in the AL West because the Rangers blew out the Red Sox 15-5 to remain tied with the Mariners. As far as the wild card is concerned, Seattle and Texas still tied for that 3rd and final wild card playoff spot. Angels beat Tampa Bay, so the Rays' lead for the top wild card spot is 8.5 games. Again, there's only 10 games left. Toronto beat the Yankees 6-1 and keeps the Blue Jays a full game ahead of both Seattle and Texas. Heading into the weekend series, the Rangers hold the tiebreaker edge over the Mariners, so if it comes down to a tie, the Mariners need to win the series in series. Seahawks began practice yesterday to prepare to take on the Panthers in Seattle on Sunday. Coach Pete Carroll says he knows the Panthers will be licking their chops. They want to beat the Hawks at home because they haven't won a game yet this year.
We see a very hungry team coming in here. Carolina's hungry to get their win, get going. They're tough and they're physical up front. They like to run the football. They play really good up front in run and pass, terrific pass rush. This is a huge game for us, and I'm really hoping that we can find the feeling and capture the feeling of how you finish. And regardless of what happens earlier in the game, and you do a good job at the end so that you have a chance to win. So that's really the focus for us this week.
Of course, Carolina had the overall #1 draft pick. They took the Heisman Trophy winner, Bryce Young, quarterback, out of Alabama. It's been a tough start for Mr. Young. He's thrown 2 TD passes. He's also thrown 2 interceptions, and he's been sacked 6 times. But Coach Pete Carroll says the guy's talented. He'll get there.
He's the best player in America, you know, and he's got great instincts and savvy and playmaking and confidence and all of that stuff, or they wouldn't have done it, you know. And I think this is our 3rd #1 pick in a row we're getting a quarterback, you know, so we expect him to be terrific. If he's the guy out there playing, then we expect him to be able to do a lot of stuff. He's a very natural athlete and real gifted athlete, so he can move real well and all that, so he can create stuff. So those guys always cause problems.
Seahawks and Panthers, CBS, Sunday afternoon, 1:05 at Lumen Field. The local hockey scene takes a monumental step up tomorrow night. The Wenatchee Wild will play their first ever game in the Western Hockey League. Back on June 16th, of course, the Wenatchee Wild announced that they bought the Winnipeg franchise in the WHL, moved it to Wenatchee. They begin play officially tomorrow night. Wild broadcaster Austin Drade joined me on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley and says, hey, it's big.
It's the #1 league at the #1 level for 16 to 20-year-old players in the world. 1 out of every 5 players in the NHL right now is an alumnus of the WHL. If you turn on an NHL game at any point from start to finish, on average, you'll see 2 players skating or tending net on the ice at the exact moment you flip on the game that played in the WHL. So it's a major development for hockey here in Wenatchee, and the talent level. The PGA used to have a saying. I know we've got a lot of golf fans who watch the program, that they used to have a saying that these guys are good, right. And these guys are really, really good. Wenatchee, you're in for a treat here when these guys take the ice here.
Season tickets, since the announcement was made, season ticket sales up 50%. Portland is in town tomorrow night to kick off the season.
It's going to be electric. We've got some new enhancements as far as the game experience goes, and of course the enhancement on the ice is going to be pretty exciting too. But it's 509 night on Friday night, so we'll celebrate the local community and say thank you to the local community for supporting us so well for the last 15 years. But we've got the normal magnet schedules that we'll be giving away for the first 1,000 fans. But also the first 1,000 fans will get a commemorative ticket to kind of commemorate the start of a new era in hockey here in Wenatchee with the Western Hockey League.
So it's the Apple Capital against the Rose City tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, and then the Thunderbirds from Seattle in town Saturday at 6. Tickets at WenatcheeWildHockey.com. All right, prep sports schedule. 4 o'clock this afternoon in the pool. It's kids swim. Eastmont and Divers will take on Davis. Wenatchee will be hosting Moses Lake at their pool. On the pitch in girls soccer, it's Orville hosting Manson at 4. Quincy's at Brewster at 4:30. Okanagan will visit Pateros. Omak will host Cascade at 5:15. And Cashmere, under the lights, will welcome Chelan at 6:30. Volleyball action tonight. Antioch travels to Wilson Creek. At 6:30, you got Othello at Ephrata. Cashmere hosting Chelan. Wardens at Quincy. Omak hosts Cascade. Okanagan travels to Libertyville. Orville hosts Bridgeport. Lake Roseville visits Manson. Wenatchee plays at Davis tonight at 7. Moses Lake is at West Valley. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this 21st day of September. Body yada yada. I could have celebrated Independence Day in Belize. It's a beautiful area. It's International Day of Peace. It's National Chai Day. It's National Pecan Cookie Day. But today we celebrate miniature golf. Mini golf. The history of mini golf? I don't know. I tried. I did. I really tried. Apparently nobody really seems to know the history of mini golf. It probably developed from the practice putting green that you would practice on before you teed off on the first hole. I don't know where the clown's mouth and the windmill and all that other stuff came into being. I play mini golf on a regular basis on my Oculus 2, the VR headset. Walkabout mini golf. If you have an Oculus 2 and you like mini golf, it's highly addicting. It's a lot of fun. Mini golf. And there's a few courses around here you can play it on. Enjoy. Ride that little putter and right into the clown's mouth. It's 24 minutes after the hour. Today in history, the Boeing B-29 was a game changer. It had its maiden flight. The Super Fortress is what they called it. Big, big plane. a very versatile plane, the B-29. And on this date in 1942, 81 years ago today, the Super Fortress, a big 4-engine propeller-driven heavy bomber, made its very first flight. This was a big one in World War II in Korea. It was designed to do both things: high-altitude strategic bombing and low-altitude incendiary bombing. And it is, of course, remains to this day. It was a B-29 that dropped the atomic bombs in Japan in August of 1945, so they remain the only plane ever to use a nuclear weapon in combat. There are about 25 B-29 Super Fortresses left in the world, but only 2 are flyable, and they're extremely expensive to maintain. Fifi and Doc are the only 2 B-29s still around after 80 some odd years that can still fly. The rest are, of course, on display. They just sit there, but they're pretty darn impressive. 42 years ago today, history was made. Sandra Day O'Connor is unanimously approved by the United States Senate to replace Potter Stewart and becomes the first female justice of the United States Supreme Court. That was on this date in 1981, 42 years ago today. And 15 years ago today, we said goodbye to Yankee Stadium. Sunday, September 21st, 2008, the last game ever played at the old ball yard in the Bronx. The Yankees beat the Orioles. The final was 7-3. So think about this. A Major League Baseball team plays 162 regular season games. Yankee Stadium hosted 161 postseason games just by itself from the time it opened in 1923 until its last year in 2008. Yankee Stadium hosted 100 World Series games. And of course, it's probably, I don't think it's probably, it is the most famous sports arena, Coliseum Stadium, if you will, in this country's history, not just baseball, but all the other historic events that took place at Yankee Stadium. And here is my ticket stub from my very first trip to Yankee Stadium. Wednesday, June 8th, 1983. The Yankees beat the Indians at the time, Cleveland, 6-5. Greg Nettles driving in the winning run. That was my first ever trip to Yankee Stadium. Of course, I kept my ticket stub. I have all my ticket stubs from all the games that I saw at the old Yankee Stadium. I have not been to the new Yankee Stadium, and it's been open for 14 years, so we'll be doing that. It's on my bucket list. Birthdays, the king of horror, Stephen King. Yeah, and of course, The Shawshank Redemption, but mostly horror. Carrie, Salem's Lot, The Shining, The Stand, and everything else. If you're into getting yourself scared, Stephen King is the way to go. The movies that have been adapted from his books are pretty good, but his books are better. That's usually the case. Stephen King, living life large at 76 years old. Bill Murray, 73 years old today. I can always remember when Steve Hare's birthday is, because Steve Hare and Bill Murray are exact contemporaries. They were both born on this date in 1950. Happy birthday, Bill Murray, 73, and my good buddy Steve Hare. Happy retirement, Steve, also celebrates that birthday today. Still to come, an opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty. It's about affordable housing. The Wenatchee River Salmon Fest kicks off their 31st edition today at Rocky Reach Dam with, you're going to hear from Kristen Lodge from the Chelan PUD, Corky Broadus from the Wenatchee River Salmon Festival, and Roger Amberman from the Choctaw Nation. That's all coming up. First things first, Archer the dog needs a home. It's Pause for Pets.
Hi, I'm Corley with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Coordinator here. And this beautiful boy is Archer. He's our 2-year-old black lab. And for those of you lab lovers out there, like me, he is exactly what you would expect. He's goofy and playful and just a silly boy. He came to us as a stray, like most of our dogs, but some good Samaritan brought him into us. Thank you for doing that. He was just a scared, lost boy on the streets of Wenatchee, and now he's getting the care and attention he needs. But of course, what he really needs is a home. And he deserves it because he's such a good boy. If you have another dog, he gets along great with dogs. Cats as usual, we have no idea with strays, but he's got a really great attitude, and he's just so happy all the time, like labs. He knows a couple commands. He knows how to sit. He's really good at that. And we're working on shake, and he's picking that up pretty quick. And yeah, he really wants to learn. He likes to focus on you. He's great in walks. Yeah, he just wants to please. There's his tail going. Yes, and he loves his stuffed animals, and he loves balls, and he loves playing, and he's just a really great overall family dog. And he would really love to be part of yours. So if you would like to come meet Archer and throw the ball for him, we are open Thursday through Tuesday, 11 till 6, and we would love for you to come by.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether,
we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
It's Manson Hydrofest, September 29th through October 1st on Lake Chelan. Pacific Northwest Power Boat Association racing teams will be duking it out to see who will take home the trophy. 11 classes of inboard hydroplanes, flat bottoms, vintage hydroplanes, tunnel boats, and junior hydros will tear up the waters of Lake Chelan. Admission is free. Manson Hydrofest, presented by Wine Girl Wine, Bob File Boats and Motors, 12 Tribes Lake Chelan Casino, and the Manson Chamber of Commerce.
We're turning up the heat with the hottest deals of the year. Right now, during the hot summer clearance sale, only at Click It RV. #1 in sales and service. The best RV brands. Over 1,000 to choose from. And the best deals of the year on remaining 2023 model year-end clearance with incredible 30% off. Brand new RVs discounted up to 30%. Save thousands. Plus, no payments until 2024. During the hot summer clearance sale. Now, only at Click It RV. 5 Superstore locations. Hurry in today.
Great wine starts in the vineyard, where sun, soil, and geography play a symphony. Join us at Chelan Cellars this harvest season to share the music of Chelan, AVA's most awarded vineyards and wines. Tuscan Vineyard Wagon tours every Saturday during harvest.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. And I'm going to bet, with housing prices where they are these days, we're going to see a return to, or at least a new phenomenon of multi-extended family or extended generational family living. You know, if the average family income was about $57,000 and the average home price being $450,000, I mean, come on, we can't see how new home ownership for a single family is going to be feasible. Extended family members or multiple families sharing a home and mortgage is probably going to become a new trend. Good thing or bad? Well, who knows? I mean, I wouldn't mind if my daughter's family moved in with us in the same house, but my son? This is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and that's my opinion.
The 29th Annual Banner Bank and BNCW Home Tour and Remodeling Expo is set for September 22nd through the 24th. This year, they have 8 trend-setting homes by some of the most talented builders around. From entry-level to the premier custom homes, you'll find innovative ideas, special design features, dynamic floor plans, and the finest craftsmanship. Don't miss the Banner Bank and Building North Central Washington Home Tour and Remodeling Expo.
Können Sie mir das Problem sagen?
Meinen Zylinder überschwingt. Flute, ich habe mein Fugen verloren.
Keine Sorge.
Global Car Care. We speak your car's language.
Fragen schließen. Hey, you.
Well, I got a leaky transmission, my head gasket's shot, and I could use some new brake pads.
That dog don't hunt.
Global Car Care. We speak your car or truck's language.
Need a break from reality? Central Washington Water has a showroom full of possibilities. Ask about a saltwater system for a more natural approach to water care. They use less chemicals and have less maintenance. Free flow plug-and-play spas make it simple and affordable to get you soaking. At Central Washington Water, there's a hot tub for every space and every budget. Central Washington Water, your water care professionals.
The Wenatchee Valley. Here, most of us really enjoy the great outdoors, and most of us try to make the most of our natural resources. Here at Apple Valley Honda, we know that for generations, we have harnessed nature to sustainably power the West, and we are proud to be part of that tradition as an environmentally green dealership award winner. Being a green dealership means Apple Valley Honda has reduced our overall environmental impact. We are so proud to live in this wonderful community.
Raising a family may have seemed overwhelming to your parents, but they weren't. Coach, teacher, life guide, caregiver. Family takes care of family. And as the circle of life continues, you now are their caregiver. It may seem overwhelming, but we're here to help you find the support services necessary so you can provide quality care to your elders.
Call Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington at 1-800-572-4459. 31 years ago, a bunch of people who are a lot smarter and, quite frankly, better looking than I am got together, and thus the Wenatchee River Salmon Fest was born. This is a festival that has won awards, people, because it's the best of everything. It's really cool. It's educational. It is back for year 31. Needless to say, we are not at the Leavenworth National Fish Hatchery. We're at Rocky Reach Dam. Hi, Kristen. How are you?
So good. Thanks
Introduce
for having
yourself
me.
to our TV family.
Kristen Lodge, Visitor Services Manager for Chelan County PUD.
How's the new gig working out at the new Visitor Center?
It's great. I love it. Every day is filled with joy.
Yeah, boy, and if you haven't been out here yet, it took, what, 2.5 years to do the whole thing? It is so well worth it.
It's so well worth it. So it was timed well during COVID. The museum shut down kind of at the same time COVID would have shut us down anyway. They launched this massive renovation, and now we've got the all-new Discovery Center. So hands-on STEM ed, it's just been so much fun to share with the community.
Speaking of renovation, that is why for this year, just like they did last year, they had to move the Wenatchee River Salmon Fest away from the Leavenworth National Fish Hatchery because they're doing some significant improvements to the infrastructure. It's old, it's been around since the 30s, and it's starting to show its age. You can't really, it's not logistically possible to have the Wenatchee River Salmon Fest at the fish hatchery. It just isn't going to work for the next 3 or 4 years, right?
Yeah, that's right. So last year we were knee-deep in planning. We were all the way ready to mobilize out at the hatchery, and the construction footprint was just much larger than anticipated. So at the last minute, we changed here to Rocky Reach, and what a joy it was. We heard from teachers and the community that the commute was short and the site was well situated, and so we're just really honored to be back again this year and to be able to bring back Community Day. So this will be the first time since pre-COVID days, so since 2019 that we've had Community Day. And we're
Good
really
partnership between the Chelan PUD and the organizers of the Salmon Fest. You guys working hand in hand?
Absolutely. Oh, what a great crew we have. So you're going to get to talk to Corky Broaddus. We've got festival co-directors, the Leavenworth Natural Fish Hatchery. We've got the U.S. Forest Service. There's just a really great group of partners, and we get together all year long to get ready for this.
And you have a big enough footprint because this brings in literally thousands of people over between Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. You need a big footprint, you need lots of parking, you need tents, and everything works here.
It's magic. We're ready, yeah. We've got 17 acres of park that we're gonna open up to be outdoor experiential learning, and we're so excited to share it.
And we'll bring Corky in just a couple of minutes to talk about the history of the Wenatchee River Salmon Fest. She's been there since day one. Walk me through the schedule. First of all, today, Thursday, you're going to be swimming with kids from all over North Central Washington. The yellow buses are coming.
Oh, no better feeling when that big yellow school bus rolls up. So Thursday and Friday are our 2 school days. We'll serve 1,500 to 1,600 kids from 5 counties and 75 classes in those 2 days. We're so excited. And then we'll be geared up and ready for Community Day. So from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., we're inviting the community out to join us for outdoor experiential learning. We've got a Native American village where the community can immerse themselves in the culture and tradition and history of the Plateau tribes. We have representatives from 13 tribes out to share their history and culture with us. And then we have natural resource education. So there's just those 2 beautiful mix of outdoor ed, and we're excited to share it.
How many people are you expecting on Saturday, which is for anybody and anybody who wants to come out and enjoy it? How many, any idea, any estimate?
We're going to be ready for 2,000 to 5,000 people.
That's a lot of people.
We're ready. We're practiced. We're ready. We've got parking for them. We're good to go. We'll also have some food trucks, so if people come out and they're hungry, know that we can take care of them.
We know what we want the kids to take away from it because they've been doing lesson plans leading up to coming down here on Thursday. For the general public on Saturday, when they come, what do you want them to take away from it after they've experienced the Salmon Fest, when they get in their car and drive home?
Great question. So for the children, we're building the next generation of environmental stewards. For the community, we're inviting them in for fun. So stories, games, history, art, a chance to get hands-on with activities from tons of different partner agencies, and we're just excited to share it.
And one of the ladies who have spearheaded this effort since day one, Corky Broadus, will join us when we come back. Ta-da! She does this for a living.
You know what I love is now
Bienvenido al Centro de Resolución de Conflictos. Brindamos servicios a los condados de Grant y Adams, ayudando a empresas y personas a resolver problemas difíciles. Ofrecemos ayuda con conflictos de trabajo, problemas residenciales y asuntos familiares. Podemos capacitar a su personal en habilidades de prevención y resolución de conflictos. Llámenos al 509-237-3705 para obtener más información.
She's been there since day one. Every year she threatens to retire. Then every year the kids show up in the big yellow bus and she gets that warm glow going, and Corky says, I'm in for another year. Corky Broadus, it's good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you, Dan.
We were talking off camera about what's going to happen here today, Thursday, with the kids coming in, 3rd, 4th, 5th graders from all over North Central Washington. They don't come as a big, wild playground type of field trip. This is an educational trip, Corky. They've been studying this stuff in the days leading up to Thursday and coming down here. So this is an outdoor classroom. That's the key.
Exactly. And it's really truly about connecting kids with nature. It's making that link. And so what we do and what we've been building on for many, many years is we've developed a really good curriculum. And so teachers have pre-work to do when they come here. They study up, they select which activities they want to be a part of, and work with their classroom, with their kids. And we also work with top natural resource specialists from all over the Northwest to help develop that curriculum.
So it's a team effort between you guys and the people who know what they're talking about and the actual homeroom teachers.
Right.
So the kids come and they know what to expect for the most part.
Right. And I think most of our wonderful agency partners do in classroom, and I know Kristen here out at Rocky Reach does a lot of outdoor ed, if you will, throughout the entire school year. So they just take what they learn and get to go back and just grow from there. So
how much of the fish hatchery in Leavenworth could you physically take with you to Rocky Reach Dam. Obviously, there are certain parameters that you just can't take a fish ladder and move it down here.
No.
But how much of that could you bring with you?
You know, honestly, with all the activities that we do, which is up to about 20 different activities, we've only had to change maybe a couple that were in the water activities, like Kids in the Creek, one of our most popular education activities, is not able to be done here, but all the rest really are. It's the magic of the fish hatchery, of course, when you're looking at Sleeping Lady Mountain and you're there on the Aboriginal grounds where all our Native Americans who participate in the Salmon Fest, this is their homeland. And
you know what I miss the most is the smell. It had that certain really cool, it's an indescribable kind of smell that
true.
You knew you were at a fish hatchery.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It smells like fish. You go home and it smells like fish. You get kind of used to that.
I liked it, quite frankly.
It's good. And then you also got to smell smoked fish from our Indian village.
I miss Randy cooking the big thing on the fire.
I know.
It's
so good.
So good. How much organizational time does it take? I mean, how many hundreds of hours of preparation does it take? Not just to physically lay out the campus here, but to put together the lesson plans and everything?
Well, you know, it's an all year round process for sure. We'll take the next month putting this year's event away. We'll have our debriefing with all our partners and sponsors and everyone who's been an activity leader. And then we'll begin really right away with, I think a lot of it is really a learn as you go process. We always make changes to improve the education and to learn more ourselves about who it is we want to invite into Salmon Fest and make it fresh and bring, you know, now people like my age are retiring out, but we're always recruiting for new people.
I've heard that for about 8, 9 years now.
But it takes a good year. And there's 2 other women that work with me. We're kind of the team, the co-coordinators this year. Could not do it without. One handles the education components, the other is more the logistics, and I kind of do a lot of the public relations, as well as we all just have certain little jobs we do. Kristen and her crew, look at this. I mean, they've got these grounds absolutely stunning for us.
I asked Kristen about what she wanted the general public to take back when they can come down here on Saturday. For the kids who are coming for Thursday and Friday to learn, what do you want them to take away from the Wenatchee River Salmon Fest?
I think, number one, the joy of natural resources. I think it's our fish and wildlife resources are changing, and we need our younger folks, and they become caregivers and they become stewards, as Kristen said. And it's also about having a lot of fun. And so I think with this being exposed as well to the Native American tribes and to other cultural things, like we do fish printing, that's a Japanese form of art. And I really think it's also an experience outdoors that you will not find anywhere else in this country. And I know that for a fact because we have worked, Salmon Fest was so successful in these past years that we've actually traveled to other sites to help them create a festival based around.
And as I mentioned before at the start of the interview I did with Kristen, this festival's won awards, big awards.
Yeah.
Important awards, not just here's a certificate, keep up the good work, stuff that you can hang your hat on. 2 interviews down, 1 more to go. Who's next on my agenda?
Roger Ammerman.
Good.
And Roger is here from Idaho, and he can share with you his Salmon Fest experiences over there in
when we come back.
Thank you. One more interview to preview the Wenatchee River Salmon Fest, once again having moved
from the Leavenworth National Fish Hatchery, and it will be here at Rocky Ridge Dam for the next few years. You can't talk about the Salmon Fest without the natives. Introduce yourself, please, to our television family.
I will. My name's Roger Ammerman. I'm a member of the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma. I'm intermarried with the Nez Perce tribe of Idaho. My wife's from that area. And I would like to say I'm an intrinsic part of Salmon Fest, and especially the Salmon Fest Native American encampment, where we bring elements, aspects of the Columbia River tribe's culture, heritage, and lifeways to Wenatchee. We bring a rare opportunity for all you folks out there in the public lands to see a structure like the long tent that's situated in back of us. These long tents rarely go up anywhere outside the reservation, and even within the reservation communities of the inland Northwest, it's rare to find these. Wenatchee is extremely lucky to see one of these community centers from the Nez Perce tribe called the Paniwas or the Wayas. That would be the Nimipu Temp, the Nez Perce language term for these community centers. And we can make these community centers, which we are going to feature for the kids to review. We can make them as short. I could build one all the way to the Columbia River if I had enough poles, canvases, stakes, and manpower. I brought my team from the Nez Perce Indian Reservation of North Central Idaho, and we crack. We don't mess around. We put up all these structures here for everybody in the greater Leavenworth, Wenatchee, Chelan, Aniat community.
Are these structures by nature portable, or on the tribal land, what is you build it and it just sits there? Or is it supposed to be able to be moved from place to place?
These structures are used for either specific events, or they're made traditionally. This is where the structures that the people would live in for 3 months of the year, the winter months. To conserve heat, a practical reason, they're going to put them at the confluence, for example, the confluence of Aniat Stream with Columbia, Wenatchee River. Those are the warmest places in this. I know this, I'm an ecologist. Those are the warmest places in the landscape. And so these also all of a sudden in the winter months turn into learning centers, religious centers. You're downloading the culture, you're telling the coyote legends, and it's because the rest of the year everyone's working their butt off. Salmon fishing, going into the landscape with a seasonal rounds collection and harvesting. So 3 months of the year, when the snow's down, people are we're in this structure. In modern times, we still use these for death ceremonies, for weddings, for big social events where elders request them to come up. A lot of times, these were the original religious centers, okay? And at times of the year, for a week or so, they might turn into a medicine dance religious center. So,
what do you have planned for the kids for Thursday and Friday when they come down here? And because they're going to get off that big yellow school bus, they're going to take one look at this thing and they're going to gravitate to it. You know they are. What are the kids going to learn from you specifically? Give us an idea.
Well, just we're going to reiterate what I just told you about their use, the building materials that the ancestors used, as well as what they see in modern canvases. We're going to show them, what was the placement of the mats or whatever, which were made out of tule and cattails. Those would have covered those originally. And then we can't see it, unfortunately, but inside that tent is an array of 12 posters that show the context of how this structure was central to any given event. So it's interesting you made that observation of it's a signature thing you see from a long distance, because in the Native American community, modern or historical or paleo, when these went up, that meant something important's going on. Does that make any kind of sense?
One last question, we'll cut you loose because I know you got a lot of things to do. How important is it that the Wenatchee River Salmon Festival bring in the native tribes to be a central part of this entire experience? They didn't have to do it, they did it, and they've been doing it. Talk about the importance of tying all that in together.
The central part of this whole complex of things going on, native or non-native, and having the long tent up, it's all about clear water, and it's about salmon sustainability in a very challenging world event going on.
Kids, if you're watching, you're in for a treat with this guy. Come pay him a visit at the Wenatchee River Salmon Festival. And for you general public, don't forget you can come and check it out on Saturday. Knock 'em dead, my friend.
All right. Thank you, guys.
We'll be right back.
Like most backseat drivers, I'm all about safety. Pothole! Les Schwab tires is too, because Les Schwab fixes brakes, steering, and more. See those guys? They just do tires. Eyes ahead, Dad! Look, I'm not telling people how to do their job. Blinker, I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first. Watch, they're gonna come greet me.
Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Culinary Apple is North Central Washington's premier kitchen store with everything you need to elevate your own culinary experience. Discover premium products, gourmet foods, and our famous fudge right in the heart of downtown Chelan.
Located in the heart of downtown Chelan, Lake Chelan Sports is your best choice for outdoor apparel. Whether you're enjoying the lake or spending time with your family or simply relaxing, we have you covered. Welcome to Lake Chelan Sports. Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
Whether you're just dipping your feet or plunging right in, boating with a Sylvan pontoon boat is the way to go at Bob File Boats and Motors. Sylvan pontoon boats offer performance, reliability, and stability to take you, your family, and friends to the water in style. Sylvan pontoon boats have a wide variety of styles and layouts to suit your needs. See the full line of Sylvan pontoon boats at Bob File Boats and Motors on Sunset Highway in East Wenatchee or online at bobfile.com.
And welcome back to this Thursday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Badia. I can't sing Earth, Wind, and Fire. We'd have to pay mechanical royalties. We don't have that in the budget, but it is the 21st day of September, and it is chilly. It is only 46 degrees. Cool spot right now, Lake Wenatchee is at 41. Dryden 44. The warm spot, Moses Lake, is at 55. If you're just joining us, we only got to 59 degrees on a cool, damp, wet Wednesday. It certainly felt like autumn yesterday, didn't it? 59, our normal high, 75. We were 16 degrees below where our normal afternoon high would be on Wednesday. It is going to be considerably warmer today, closer to 70 degrees, but it's still going to be below normal. And it's going to really start feeling like autumn as we get to the next 3 or 4 days. Sunshine is going to have the upper hand until we get to Sunday, but the temperature is going to be below normal. And it's also going to be a little windy today. In fact, we have this graphic to show for you that the National Weather Service sent our way. Winds will be out of the northeast. In some locations, sustained winds will be about 20 miles an hour. Sustained winds in the Wenatchee Valley, not too bad. And most of the winds will be dissipating as the day progresses. The windiest part of the day here in Wenatchee, anyway, will be between about, say, 10 o'clock this morning until about 12:30 or 1 o'clock, and then the winds will die down. But we will have the occasional gust in Wenatchee, in the valley anyway, between 20 and 25. Stronger gusts and stronger winds to the north of us, up in the Okanagan Valley, the Waterville Plateau, and the Columbia Basin. They are used to that. And out of the Columbia Basin, of course, a lot of the fields, the wheat fields have been, well, the wheat's gone, and so there's not a lot of plant life holding the soil to the planet. So blowing dust near dry fields could be a problem for you folks out in the Columbia Basin. So it's going to be a little windy today, and that could keep some of the ambient temperatures down a little bit. From the National Weather Service, sunshine and a lot of it all day today. There's not going to be any clouds at all. We're done with that, but not particularly warm. 70 our forecast high. 54 for the overnight low. Again, just a little breezy today. The wind will be done by sunset tonight, which is just right around 7 o'clock, so these days are definitely getting short. Friday, for the last day of summer, sunshine about 73. Don't forget the autumnal equinox is at 11:50 tomorrow night, 10 minutes before midnight, just in time for the weekend and for the first weekend of autumn. Partly sunny and a high of about 71 degrees, little windy at times on Saturday. Saturday night, while you're sleeping, the clouds will be rolling in, and we'll have quite a bit of clouds and the chance of a raindrop on Sunday. And that is it for us. We will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Life, and it's being discovered right in our backyards. That's me, Elizabeth, and today I'm living prehistoric history with my friend Devin Werkheiser. We'll explore the archaeological dig right here in Los Angeles
Many of the pits are still active today.
and make some incredible discoveries.
Now, did you say that was a tooth?
Then we'll go inside the lab to meet a mammoth
Wow.
That's a big creature.
and learn how to read the Matrix.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
This is an adventure you don't want to miss. So if you're ready, let's get prehistoric.
Look, it's a real bone. Devin, that's a palm frond.
Welcome to Elizabeth Stanton's great big world of prehistoric Hollywood. Hey guys, Hollywood is dead.